Thank you, Coach Whitmore, Maine Sports Hall of Fame. It's truly an honor to be thought of in this way. Congratulations, and thank you to all the other inductees, past and present, who have leveraged their sport to make this state a better place. Congratulations also to the student athletes. Amazing accomplishments thus far, and look to see what you have in the future. 23 state championships already, Kate. Pretty amazing. And I thought our 6, I think it was 7, Dick. Two from a baseball program that a couple of my teammates would be upset if I didn't mention. But despite being on the West Coast, despite being in Seattle, my experience in sports truly started here. Some of my fondest memories of sports all across the board, whether it was professional, collegiate, high school, youth, was here in this building. Truly special, playing high school basketball in the Class E state tournament. 4 years of high school basketball in this place, a little bit different perspective. People are usually out in the stands, big court in the middle. Dave Halligan is here. He's probably glaring at me right now, as he did many times as the coach of those teams. But it truly is a special honor for me to be back here in the Augusta Civic Center, receiving this award with these amazing inductees. I do stand up here to accept this honor on behalf of a lot of people, many of whom are in this room, 3 tables full over in this area, who all played an important role in shaping my athletic career and who I am as a person. There's no doubt that I grew up with an exceptional group of athletes in Falmouth. In my 4 years, as I mentioned, we won 7 state championships, basketball, baseball, soccer, one of which was right here on this floor. I was fortunate to play with many great players, many great teammates. Spike Einsiedler, Dave Conley, Jason Crane, 3 of those close friends who played high school and grew up playing with are here as well. They excelled in multiple sports, both in high school and beyond. I think about other names that come to mind: Mike Masterpolo, Matt Parker, Matt Starkey, Tyler Anderson, Evan DeCius, Andy Halligan, Aaron Maines, Gary Goslin, Jeff Davis. All names that may not mean a lot to you, but are very special to me and also to the community that we do have in Falmouth. All exceptional athletes, but I think the one thing that separated our group was not only the competitive spirit and willingness to put in the extra work, but also the love of the game, the love to play sport, regardless of what that was. That was the culture that we grew up with in Falmouth, Maine. A lot of it had to do with those that we were surrounded with and the support that we got as kids. I think back, Little League Baseball was a microcosm and the beginning of that. The countless hours that we spent at Legion Field, our parents were out there too. My dad, Rick Goslin, Dave Halligan, my mother, Chaz and Linda Einsiedler, John Conley, Steve Crane, countless number of volunteers made our experience a special one, and that's where the love of the game grew. That support continued into middle school and high school. Bob Gilman, Bob McCulley, teaching and coaching baseball, basketball, and teams in high school and middle school. Pat Conant, who is here today with her husband George. Cooper Higgins, the high school principal, or the high school athletic director, who I understand is now the high school athletic director again, which is amazing because Falmouth is in good hands. Encouraging participation and supporting the student athletes. I think I still owe Cooper a 6-pack of Coke from the countless games of horse that we played back at study halls. And of course, Dave Halligan, who has been so influential in my life and many athletes, many students coming through the program at Falmouth. His passion for sports and ability to teach made it easy for all of us who played for him to be excited to show up to practice day in and day out. I think the most telling piece of information about this group's influence is the success that Falmouth continues to have. Now no longer in Class C, in Class A, but still winning championships. Whether that's soccer, baseball, basketball, tennis, fully across the board. And I'm sure there's much more. Those are just the sports that I know. So there's this culture that was created when our group of athletes, my friends, were growing up in Falmouth that was really special. The other piece to that story for me is soccer. so relatively unknown. I believe that I'm the first inductee into the Maine Hall of Fame from the sport of soccer. They needed to start somewhere. So I'm very proud to have that honor. But the sport of soccer, it was a growing experience for me as I traveled through the school experience. And I was very lucky to have opportunities to grow as a soccer player that many people did not. My early memories, Saturday soccer at Falmouth High School, access to Coach Halligan and his high school teams, both the girls and the boys. We could see and interact and learn from the players who we got to see play under the lights on the weekend. And that was truly special experience for me and an introduction to the sport. I think about getting a little bit older, expanding the scope a little bit. Olympic Development Program. First experience, Coach Dave Roussel, who is also here. That was the first time, had a chance to see outside of Falmouth, outside of, playing with my friends. The competition, the level of competition was a little bit bigger, and what else was out there pushed me to excel. Also could realize what the possibility of playing soccer at a higher level could be. I think about club soccer, Maine Coast United, Dave Halligan, I get involved. As I got older, one of my most influential coaches and mentors through that period, Andy Biggs, also here tonight. We were just getting started, getting to be competitive at youth soccer here in Maine. Andy's contribution was a big reason for that. On a personal level, Andy was my first connection to playing at a higher level. He played at Middlebury College and then professionally in New Zealand. Hearing his stories and about his experiences, made it a lot closer of a reality for me to be able to do the same. He spent countless hours before school, his time away from his profession, his family, to come and work with me, and I truly appreciate it. He gave me the confidence to be able to play at the next level. Had it not been for the positive influence of all these people, I wouldn't be standing here today. Most importantly, I have my family to thank for being supportive every step of the way. My mom and dad, both athletes in their own right. Dad played college baseball. My mom tells a great story about scoring 24 of her team's 28 points on a basketball team in grade school. So both very athletically gifted. My older sister was inspirational all throughout my childhood. She was exceptional at everything and still continues to be my best friend. Despite being on the West Coast, their unwavering support still propels me professionally and to be a better person. My family has grown over the years to include my mom's husband, Dave, my dad's wife, Carolyn, my sister's married, her husband, Nick, and their new baby boy, Sam. And they're all of their respective families. Also have had great support from aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents who have lived in the area and have been to countless numbers of athletic events that I was participating in. Thank you all for your love and support. I now live in Seattle, retired from professional soccer 2.5 years ago, but I'm still working with the Sounders organization, running the team's community outreach efforts. I only hope to provide the same support and opportunity as I got growing up from family, friends, coaches, and mentors, and to give those kids a chance to reach their full potential. Thank you very much.